in this 12-win winning streak is by 1 goal. And that tells you that, again, they're not exerting themselves too much, doing enough, getting there, playing like complete champions.
But then that's not a criticism, though, is it?
It's not at all. That's just managing the games. They're looking at the big picture. We haven't got to do too much. We haven't got to blow everyone away. We haven't got to play at 100 mile an hour every game. We've got Champions League coming. We've got Cup to win. We've got a league to win. We've got to just manage the both tournaments in the right way, and that's what they're doing.
I think we can get some instant reaction. I'll come to you in just a second. Let's go straight down pitch side, though. Kevin De Bruyne is with Des Kelly. Des.
Thanks very much, Jake. Yeah, Kevin, you've scored some important goals in your time, but that must be right up there.
Yeah, obviously, it's a big game, and I think, they came here. They had a very good plan. They were very tight defensively, but I think we played a pretty good game, and obviously it's nice to score the goal. It's important because it's the only one, but I think the team played very well today.
Feels like a huge step to the title, no doubt.
But I think we knew if we win today, we make the gap bigger on them, on the title. We don't have to look at that. We've been in this situation before where we had points ahead, but even I think the second year we were the same points behind, and a lot of things can change and the momentum can swing very quickly. But I think the team was focused on the job that they needed to do, and that's the only thing that we really can do.
You pretty much bossed possession out there today. Just that one bit of quality from you. Just got away from Kante and then used the defenders to curl it around. Nice finish. Yeah,
I think I just got away from him on the right time, and I was looking where the spaces are, but they were dropping off. So then I just found that little angle, and it worked perfectly.
Big hug from the manager as he came off. A great reception from the crowd as well. In the first half, though, not many opportunities. Were you sizing each other up? Was it cancelling each other a little bit?
Well, I think it's always very difficult to play against them. They're very tight defensively. They know what they're doing, and you have to be very patient. And I don't think we gave a lot away. So I think we played the game that we needed to play. There's nowhere. We shouldn't play too open because then they're so dangerous, and I think, we did what we have to do.
They came out in the second half a little bit more aggressive. That did give you the space then, didn't it?
Yeah, the game was more up and down, and I think you see they can be very dangerous, and it's. You saw it was a very hard game, I think, with a lot of people from both sides coming back from COVID, with not a lot of training sessions. It was hard, but obviously it's nice for us.
Yeah, you've got a lot of experience. I know you're saying it's not over, but nobody comes back from a 13-point gap at this stage of the season, do they?
It's very hard because obviously I think they need to be almost perfect, but there's another team who's dangling there. So, just keep the momentum, keep doing what we need to do, and try to win each game by each game, and that's it.
Well done, Kevin.
Thank you.
It was a game the Chelsea players described to us as a cup final. It was a cup final that Chelsea lost. Let's get some reaction right now. Thomas Tuchel is with Des.
Thomas, could you give us your take on that disappointing result?
Yeah, the result, yes, but this can happen if you play at City. Result like this can happen. I think we deserved a draw. I think we defended very, very well. Did not allow big chances. One in the first half from a big mistake from us. Okay, but the goal was more or less from. We were not under so much pressure that it was clear that they will score at one point. In the opposite, we had then chances. So performance-wise, this is okay, given the fact that we had to change our back three again. Like defensive-wise, for the commitment, I'm absolutely okay with that performance. I think we deserve to have a draw. A draw would be a fair result. We don't have it. We have won games like this against City, and that feels very different. But that's the way it is.
No shots in the first half by Chelsea. It doesn't happen very often. We could see you being frustrated.
Yes, because we had, I think we had 8 or 9 offensive transition, and we had 0 touches in the box. That was a big problem today, offensive-wise. The performance of the front players, that was simply a lack of precision, a lack of timing, and a lack of composure that you cannot think that you get a lot of half chances, deliveries, and on a level like this, we lost too many balls too easy, and that's why we have a number like this. Of course, that was a big problem in our game today.
And you've got Romelu Lukaku up front. Was he getting the service? It didn't seem that way.
Sometimes he needs to do the service. I think he's included in this. He had many ball losses without any pressure, in many ball losses in very promising circumstances. He had a huge chance, so he's included in this. Of course, we want to serve him, but he's part of the team, and the performance up front, like especially in first half, was we can do much better, and we need to do much better because we had a lot of transition chances in first half already.
Yeah, he was more aggressive in the second half, but of course that opens the game up a little bit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it opens the game up a little bit, of course, and you need to sometimes, in the context of our situation, you need to wait for the moments, you need to wait for the minutes when you feel it, when you're confident, when you have the legs for it, and when you win, then when you step up. But all the time when we won the challenges, stepped into the challenges, won them, we were strong and dangerous in counterattacks. We were more aggressive, more compact up high the pitch. That's why I think like we had good moments. We had moments where we suffered, but not like I felt us stronger than in the first leg over the 90 minutes. But first half we could do much more and create more chances with better timing and better passing, better ball control.
Is the title done? Is it gone now?
It's not my question to answer. We will never give up, but I mean, if City keeps on winning every game, nobody can catch them.
No goals and not very few chances in that first half between Manchester City and Chelsea at the Etihad. What have you made of it, Sean?
It's been quite an interesting game, to be honest. Like you said, there hasn't been that many chances either end. It's definitely not what we expected to see in a game of this magnitude, but I think City's doing what we expected, keeping possession. I think the one surprise for me is Chelsea's low block. I think I expected them to come here and be more forceful in the press higher up the field to stop City, in a way dictating the game and maybe getting their chances higher up the pitch of winning the ball. So when they do win the ball, they're closer to goal and something can happen, but it hasn't been the case, and it's just been City dominating and Chelsea basically just waiting for the breaks to catch them on the counter.
Thomas Tuchel did say yesterday in the defeat earlier in the season at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea were way too passive. Yeah. What about them in that first 45 minutes then?
Yeah, it's been an interesting game tactically. I think, of course, Manchester City had the best chance with Jack Grealish, but I think Chelsea will be disappointed with their build-up play to getting their chances away. I mean, we've got some examples of them building the play up. We mentioned Romelu Lukaku before the game and his inability, because he can do it, but the way he holds the ball up, I expected him to hold the ball up a little bit better. And the final pass as well, and Thomas Tuchel's been quite frustrated about that.
You mentioned the best chance. It's the only chance, really, of that first 45 minutes. First of all, Kovacic is a relieved man. Secondly, should Jack Grealish score here?
For me, yeah, he's definitely got to score. I think City trapped Chelsea really well. Kovacic tries to turn inside and his pass, square ball gets blocked, falls into Grealish, and I think he's just got to lift it. I don't see anywhere else he can pass the ball, but I think Mo will be able to give you a better explanation on it than me, but I would definitely just lift it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think height is what you need there. If you're going to go with your right foot, you open your body up, and you actually go in a similar area to where he's gone, but you just need to lift it about a foot, maybe even a yard higher than that. You see, it's literally only needs another foot, and the gap between the arm and the outstretched leg on the floor, you get a good. I mean, that angle is perfect behind you, Steve. You can see there's about a good yard to hit. You always need to lift it just slightly off the ground.
Does Jack Grealish at Aston Villa last season just score that without thinking?
Possibly, probably. Yeah, confidence is a big thing, and we all know he's had a slow start to his life so far. That could have kick-started his career at Manchester City, because what a big goal it would have been.
Talking of confidence, what about Romelu Lukaku at the other end? We'll take a closer look in a moment, but he had one instance prior to that chance, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and I think initially he does everything right here, and I think once he rolls him, he gets the better of Stones, and he's driving from. He goes inside. For me, he has to shoot. I think Ziyech was pretty much offside, as me and Mo was talking about throughout the game. He was pretty much offside the whole time. And I think that it opens up for him to have a clear shot, and you think Rom would take that.
How many touches of the football do you think Romelu Lukaku's had in that first half, Sean?
Including that run, I'd go maybe 13.
9.
I was close, I weren't that far.
That tells the story, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, but just watching the game, when he has had the ball, he hasn't necessarily done well with it, as we're going to see in this, as Mo's going to explain to you here.
Yeah, well, he's spoken in the past as well about his hold-up play. And I think he can take a touch here and then go wide. As it is, he's trying to lay it off, gives the ball away. And when you're away at the Etihad, you need somebody that's going to put the building blocks in place, and Lukaku should be that. This is totally down to Ziyech. In fact, this is an easy ball. I mean, you've got about... You can be out of it, wrong by about 5 or 10 yards and still play an easy pass. That was really poor. And again, Lukaku, similar to the first clip, trying to flick it around the... And now, on this occasion, I can see what he's trying to do, but obviously doesn't execute it so well. And again, when you go into the Etihad, you need to be keeping the ball in these situations, Sean, and then it's just a bad ball from Ziyech.
Yeah, you expect someone with Ziyech's quality to hit that ball, but just another thing I noticed, like you said on the last one that he did, you could kind of see what he was aiming for.
Look at this. Let me tell you, that is the first 45 minutes of Premier League football in almost 3.5 years where Chelsea haven't had an attempt, let alone an attempt on target. They haven't had an attempt on the goal. They haven't had a corner either, and they've had 37% possession.
It kind of goes back to what Mo was just highlighting, to be honest with you. I think when the ball does come up to Rom, there's not enough people around him for him maybe to just have an easy setback and be able to play the ball out wide. I think just that attacking play altogether, it just doesn't look fluid. It just looks like they're going on a whim, basically, which is unexpected for the type of players they have up there.